Good morning, dude. Hello, beautiful. Hey, Russ. Hey, handsome. Hey, resist patriarchy. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for the share, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gifts as well, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Tracy. Good morning. What's up, beautiful? Hello, 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 Aya. I hope I said your name correctly. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Of course, quite a bit happened overnight, and we'll talk about that. Of course, Trump is still trying to pretend that, tariffs make everything okay, and they don't. But there's still this denial that we all good with tariffs, and we're not. So, good morning, Lori. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Okay, agency, you woke up dreaming about men. Good for you. Why are you telling us? Bye. I didn't see it at first, but I saw it then. MAGA be so pressed to be, noticed by someone. Agency's gone, Lori. Him downstairs. He gone. It cracks me up that MAGA is so pressed to be noticed by conservatives. They be pressed for Trump to notice them too. Y'all see how some of MAGA been writing letters to the White House asking for Trump to withdraw tariffs because it's impacting their business or somebody else's business. That shit's hilarious. Trump don't give a fuck about your little piddly ass business. You ain't got enough money to impress Donald Trump. You're poor. We tried to tell these people. So me personally, the shit is hilarious to me. I love every minute of it. I saw one yesterday where a guy wrote Trump because his daughter, she's about to lose her business. And he's hoping that, Trump will do something. Man, Trump over there like, man, fuck y'all business. Nobody cares. You're poor. You don't have no money. Hey, storyteller, good morning. Hey, Cedric, good morning. They don't have any money. So when you don't have money, that's the problem. People like Trump don't care about you. I know, dude, but when I saw this meme, I said, I have to use it for a little bit. I said, I had to do. You had to put your uncle on hospice. I'm sorry to hear that, storyteller. Yeah, it can be tough. But I tell you, storyteller, the blessing is that hospice is an option. That's the blessing, that hospice is an option. Because for many it isn't. So I'm wishing him prayers for a peaceful transition. I'm sorry to hear that. You paid a tariff to DHL, Tracy. How much did it cost you? Darnell, I don't believe in DEI, beloved. That's why you got booted. We don't do diversity, equity, and inclusion in here, baby. I'm just like Trump. I don't do diversity, equity, and inclusion either. That's why I put your ass out. Bye. You had to pay $23? Oh, damn. How much was the item worth that you had to pay the $23 for? I'm just wondering, not to be all up in your business. MAGA, when he told the evangelical, I only need you to vote one more time, he sure was. They don't get it. See, I'm going to tell you something else that's happening because it just happened in D.C. last night. Now in D.C., they're confiscating people's legally owned pew-pews. Wait a minute, Tracy, the item was $300 and you had to pay $200 and something tariff, child. Trump is tearing up the economy. He's destroying it with tariffs. Hey, the wise one, good morning. But last night in D.C., the police had confiscated legally owned pew-pews. Didn't I tell y'all that was the next thing that the Trump administration was going to do? They're going to confiscate those pew-pews even from the 2A community. Why? Don't nobody give a fuck about you thinking you going to come with your musket. Your musket? Shut up, bald guy. You're DEI. You ain't got no hair. I'm not about to let you talk in here all sassy. Bye. No. No, I'm not about to let you be sassy up in here, sir. You're follically challenged. You can't be sassy in here. Bye. Yeah, I know you had to pay or DHL wouldn't let you have it. You know, did I just use DEI as an insult? Why do you care? You're also DEI. That's why I put you out too. Bye. Hey, Mrs. Thompson, good morning. They so mad this morning. Look, they about to get really mad. Hold on. Because I got quite a few memes this morning that I found. Where is it at? This one I loved. I love this one. Because Newsom is just throwing a mirror right up at MAGA. They can't handle it. But it's a beautiful thing to watch. Yeah, they hated patriarchy. When I use their own stuff against them, they can't stand it. But again, if how they move is okay, I don't ever understand why they're upset. I know why they're upset, because ultimately they're not getting the attention they want. I told y'all the MAGA's like the Joker. Didn't I tell y'all that? They're like the Joker. They need a nemesis. They need a nemesis. Hey, Jody, somebody needs a sandwich early this morning, beloved. Bye. I don't allow conservative women to come in here. Conservative women, you can come in here as long as you're not talking. Remember, conservatives say women should be seen, not heard. I agree. Only conservative women, though. Liberal women can talk as much as they want in here. But conservative women, oh, no, 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 no. I only want to hear from your husband. That's the only one in your house can talk to me. You can't talk to me. Because remember, I follow my husband. He's the leader of the family. Okay, then stop fucking talking to me. Gavin is a menace. So am I. You know? So am I. Thank you, Unique Nails. Yeah, the thing is, what you'll find with MAGA, just don't feed the beast. And I don't feed the beast by not allowing them access to me. If you want access, you're going to have to shut that mouth and be quiet, MAGA. Otherwise, you gotta go. Oh, Gavin is gay. Well, that's his business. Why you care so much about what gay men are doing? Things that make you go, block. Y'all ever notice that? Conservative men are always concerned about what gay men are doing. Y'all ever notice that? They're more concerned about what gay men are doing than other gay men. It's really weird, isn't it? I find it odd. Because, me being a straight woman, I'm not concerned about what gay people are doing. Because I'm not gay. And I mind my fucking business. You know what I mean? But I've never seen straight men so obsessed with what gay men do with their bodies. It's very weird, So it's just really odd to me. I would almost assume they're gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Tell me if you caught that reference, where that reference is from. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, y'all spend a lot of time focused on it. Did I see Rep. Collar got followed into the bathroom? Yeah, I saw that. Did y'all see some Democrats? You're absolutely correct, Jeannie. Some Democrats took their police escort to gay bars. Since you want to follow us every the fuck where, come on up in here, a la Police Academy. Come on up in here. Since you want to follow us every fucking place. You know what I mean? Since you want to follow us everywhere. And so y'all know, Republicans did pass that yesterday. They passed that stuff yesterday to change the gerrymandering stuff to give those seats to Republicans in Texas. So guess what happens now? Kathy Hochul from New York said game on. They about to start doing it. California about to do it. Democratic states, every single one of you need to get rid of all Republican seats. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yup. The only way you're going to beat these bullies is you got to bully back. That's the only way. So Democrats, you better gerrymander your ass off in every blue state there is and get rid of every Republican seat that exists in those states. Just get rid of them. Yep. Man, I would have loved if they would have paid drag queens for lap dances. I would have loved it. But now it's time for Democrats to go in hard in the paint. Now it's time for you to go hard in the paint. Dang, I forgot to make this bigger before I came in the live. Y'all see that? I'll fix that for this afternoon. Look at it. Ain't he the cutest little thing? With his thick little water-filled ankles and legs. Look at him. Look at him. Yep, you have to fight fire with fire, Joseph, because they won't stop unless you do. Oh, I didn't realize that South Carolina gerrymandered last week. Well, I mean last year, to take a blue seat. It's okay. South Carolina's another race to the bottom. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene put up a proposal for no property taxes. Man, listen, in states like Florida and some of these other states that don't have other taxes, like salary, like payroll taxes and shit like that, come on, pass it. It's just more of a race to the bottom for red states. Just a race to the bottom for red states. Race to the bottom for, hey, Main Street, now you're on the South Street because I booted you. Bye. You don't know nothing about the Supreme Court. I'm supposed to know that. Isn't it funny that Republicans always know so much about the Supreme Court but have never read the Constitution, Declaration of Independence? Chill. Chill. I told y'all can't come in here talking. Pull up a chair. Shh. Be quiet. Tonight is the night that we ride. Quiet. You're not allowed to talk. Just shush. Okay? Shush. Not I lost 40 pounds since he came in the office. You don't want them swollen legs. Oh, Ghost Gear. Oh, did you think saying ghetto was going to make me upset, beloved? No, it doesn't. You know, listen, y'all, they so funny. Let's crash them out again. Look, I got more crash out. Look. This is Trump with them every day. They worried about me, and this old ass dude is picking their fucking pockets every day. There's nothing against, it's nothing I'm saying that's false information, N2F. You know what's not false? That you've been blocked. Isn't it something? Republicans come to my live and want diversity, and they want facts. They don't want facts when Trump talks. They don't want facts when Trump talks. If y'all don't want facts when Trump talks, why you want facts here? That's called diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I don't believe in DEI because neither does Trump. Bye. And another one. The block merchandise is in the what do they say? I'm trying to make it look, it's white, yeah. And the link is in my bio. Look, you can't hardly see it because of me doing whatever I'm doing. There it is. There it is. Look it up. Ain't nobody trying to listen to that. The block hand is strong between me and the other admin in here this morning. Ain't nobody listening to that. They crashing out because I'm showing how Donald Trump picks their pockets. When you hear Republicans say, you woke, this is why they want you sleep. You see that? That is exactly what's happening. So while you're cheering, go America, America, America. While you doing that, they picking the fuck out of your pockets. That's what's happening. They pick in your pockets. USA, USA. And the rich are like, yeah, keep chanting, keep cheering. And they're picking your fucking pockets. That's why I say you can be mad with me, but you're still poor. Oh, yeah, I do have a Super Newsome. Hold up, let me find my Super Newsome. Hold up, I gotta put that. Hold up, let's put this up while I find my Super Newsome. Hold on. Let me see, because I do have a Super Newsome. I just have to find it. There he is. There's Super Newsome with the diddler. You know? They be so mad. You shouldn't be. Trump still has on his dress shoes. His ankles and his legs are still rather bulbous. It's still rather bulbous. So no need to be upset. Look at Gavin looking like a president. So beautiful. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Lord Muzan Vampire King. Oh, it's beautiful. Josh, if this is so ignorant, corporations are causing it, Josh, that's what you say, but Republican government allows it. They say corporations are people too. Bye, beloved. Don't nobody want you coming in here preaching. We don't want to hear that. Isn't that what conservatives say all the time? We don't want to hear that. Do I have the Super Newsom Trump in the White House, on the White House lawn? No, I don't have that one, Amy. I haven't even seen that one. I've got to search for that one today. Good morning, Sandra. Hey, Ashley, good morning. I haven't seen that one. Hey, Lynn, good morning, beautiful. So I'm going to have to find that one today. I haven't seen that one. Now, I saw this other one. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, no, that's not a Gavin. Yeah, that was a Gavin one too. But yeah, no, but this one I like. I like a lot. Oh, okay. Hey, Amy, can you do me a favor? Can you go to my Patreon and put it in the chat room so I can have it? I have a free tier, where you can join on that free tier too, and put it in the chat room because I need that picture. What do I think about no sodas and sugary snacks on EBT? Well, I think that Republicans are going to go broke, and I'm happy about it. I think that Republicans will no longer get their dose of daily Mountain Dew Code Red. And I am living for it. You know what I'm saying? And they be drinking that Code Red like it's milk. So me personally, I love every minute of it. Republicans are shrinking one conservative cankle at a time. So me personally, I'm all for it. Because it's mostly conservatives on welfare. Conservatives love welfare. They love people's free money. They love socialism. They just don't like to be honest and say they're socialists. You say Gavin dressed as Jesus with the Epstein files and knee in Trump's back. I ain't seen that. They got that too. We should eat what the hell we want. That's the truth. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. I always found it interesting that working class people were upset about people on food assistance buying whatever they want on food assistance. Because you don't understand how poor you have to be on paper to get food assistance. Your ass is a hater. If you're hating on somebody that's on food stamps, you're a fucking hater. Okay? Let's just call it what, I'm gonna call it what it is. Nobody else has ever told you that, but you're a fucking petty ass hater and you need to grow up. Yeah? You mad because you're not poor enough to get fucking food stamps. Go sit down in the corner somewhere. Anytime I see that, I'm always like, that's some whack shit. I'm not hating on anybody with food stamps. Because I know in order to get food stamps, you got to be po-po, like P-O. You don't get the O-R. You understand? You're not getting no help if you got food stamps. Like, you're getting it because you don't have nothing. And y'all hating on that. Or better yet, you pocket watching people on food stamps. Oh, they get to buy that, they get to buy that. So you mad that you can't afford to buy that shit. That's what, let's deal with the real issue. The real issue is you can't afford to buy some of the things you see on the cart and you're mad. So because you can't afford it, you figure if somebody else is poor, that they should have to be worse off than you are. That's what it is. If I don't, you know what, Will? I do have a clue about the block button. See, you were here and gone before anybody even noticed you were here. Look at God. Thank you, Republican Jesus, for making my block finger so strong. You know? I just love it. Hey, South Carolina, man, don't nobody care what you got to say, beloved. Bye. You don't even have 500 followers. If 500 people don't follow you, I'm not going to be one of the people that start listening. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, it's a trap. You fell in one by talking. Shh, be quiet. Tonight is the night that we ride. All you had to do was be quiet, beloved. You talk too much. Y'all remember that song from back in the day? You talk too much. Oh boy, you never shut up. You talk too much. Oh boy, you never shut up. Hey, listen, I know I'm showing my age with that song, but I remember that song. I remember it. Republicans, shh. Stop. This is not a safe space for you. Exactly. Run DMC. This is not a safe space for you. You're going to come here and you're going to cry and I'm going to like it. So you probably shouldn't come here, because if you come here, you're going to cry. So totally. I guarantee it. You know? That's why y'all shouldn't come here. Or if you're going to come here, just be quiet. Okay? Shh. What did they tell you? Grown folks are talking. Y'all got to learn to do that. Y'all be talking too much. They come in all hot. Trump, blah. You got to know, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. Okay? Y'all need to pay more attention to this diddler guy on the right, robbing America blind. Whatever happened. Listen, if you died tomorrow, you going to be all right with your children still being in America? Because if not, you got a lot of work to do. Me too, Lady Cat. I love the block and delete. I just started posting videos on Instagram. And see, Instagram, they don't know about me. Oh, I read my comments. Delete. Delete. I'm not arguing with you. What they say? I'm not going to argue with you. For what? You want somebody to argue with you so you can feel like your opinion has value. Well, your opinion doesn't have any value to me. So I don't argue with you. I let you argue by yourself. I just delete your comment and let it float out into the abyss. You know? And just let it sail on. Now, we still have a conservative woman in here. She did speak. But her comment got hidden. And she's staying quiet, so I'm not going to block her yet. But girl, you know I know you there. So be mindful, beloved. Because soon as you pop, what Jay-Z tell Beyonce? Go ahead and pop that shit. Soon as you pop that shit, I'm a bees the block. Like Jay say, because I bees the block. Okay? So if you know what I know, shh, better not say nothing. Okay? Better not say nothing. Thank you, Ma, for catching the other one. But she know who I'm talking about, because she's still sitting there. That's cool. You can sit there, sis. That's all right. But you better stay quiet. That's what I do know. You better stay quiet. Isn't that beautiful artwork? I have really great artwork. I always try to find really great artwork. Like, I'm going to show y'all something else that I thought was so fitting. Because all that shit happening in New York City. You got shiesty-ass Cuomo. You got shiesty-ass Eric Adams. When I saw this shit right here, look at that. Both of them. Daniel, you're stuttering. Stop coming in here stuttering. Stutter, 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 stutter. I didn't. Block. Look how fast that was. Look how fast that was. I can be a lion, because when you're implying, stutter, 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 stutter. Oh, that's my joint. You better lay low. Listen, I forgot when Whitney hit that shit. She hit it with the point too. She said, you better lay low. Listen. All right? Diana, I don't mess with them, honey. Because, again, we trying to have grown folks conversation here. Now, some of my memes are petty. I know that. Like this one. Release the files, beloved. Release the files. Release the files, y'all. They want to talk about and just so y'all know, in Texas, Democrats tried to get a release of Epstein files there, and Republicans blocked it in Texas too. There are no coincidences, y'all. Say it again for the Epsteinth time. Release the files. We're waiting. Right. We're waiting on the files. We're waiting on the files. And we don't have them yet. So until we have those files, I'm going to make sure that I remind the American people, don't forget. Because if you don't protect those children, none of your children are safe. None of your children are safe. Okay? None of them. Release the files. And hey, man, they hiding the files in the Cracker Barrels. Okay? Okay? What they say, Drake 88? Now you're Drake 89, because I just 89'd you. Bye. Listen, y'all got to be quicker than that with your troll accounts. It was so obvious. So obvious. You know? So obvious. Stop it. You're going to have to get up a lot earlier. Okay? I know how black people talk, and they don't talk like that. And then if you are a black man that doesn't understand what's in the Epstein files, I'm not talking to you anyway. I'm not talking to you anyway. So bye. They're gonna really crash out now. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All we want is the files. All we want is the files. That's it. That's it. Even in this situation, we can't get Trump to give up the files. We know you're in the files. Yeah, kids in Virginia are missing. There's some kids in Virginia missing. I told you guys the other day. But guess what, AAA? I can't talk about that. You got 32 people on your account. Sounds like an Epstein-like distraction. Let's talk about these kids. You tried it though, boo. Nice try. You had 32 followers, beloved. Not happening here, beloved. Not happening, beloved. Oh, you missing me in the gym? Oh, thank you all so much. First of all, let me stop for a second and say, look at user 817. If I just blocked your other account, I'm going to block this one too, beloved. Bye. Nice. Don't forget to write. I promise I won't read the letter. I promise. Y'all so prickly. Y'all so prickly. Don't be that way. Don't be prickly. I just want to know where the files are. We want the files, please. That's it. Yep, TikTok will censor a lot of shit, but they won't censor bot accounts. Quiet as kept, they won't censor certain things that people say to you. But let you drag somebody and read them for filth. All of a sudden, you're a bully. All of a sudden, you're a bully. Let me say, I hope that you go to Walmart and all the mobile carts have dead batteries. Then you're a bully. Hey, Spooky, then you're a bully, right? Right? If I say, oh, I hope the septic in your trailer park gets clogged and everybody's toilets backs up into their trailers, then you're mean, right? But let them say anything. Not me. Not me. Not me. Yep. Now, did y'all see my video I put up this morning about how the Trump administration, there's a guy, Tom Alexandrovich, a guy, he was caught up in some stuff in Nevada, got arrested, caught up in some stuff in relation to children, and how the Trump administration, after a request from Israel, allowed that gentleman to be returned back to Israel. No prosecution in the United States for any of his crimes, and he won't be prosecuted there. See? There are no coincidences. Y'all get it? There are no coincidences. None. None. Republicans in Texas blocking the release of the Epstein files. Republicans in Congress blocking the release of Epstein files. The White House blocking the release of the Epstein files. I find it all interesting. But it's not a coincidence at all. It's not a coincidence. Well, he didn't even really self-deport, Dwayne. More so than Israel got him a hookup so he wouldn't get prosecuted and imprisoned here in America. He actually got a get out of jail free card. That's what he did get. That's what he did get. That's the thing. That's what he did get. And that's what's unfortunate. That is what's unfortunate. America, this is about the rich and powerful using you up and tossing you out to dry. Wake up. Yep, and Israel won't do anything. So he's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine. Just fine, so y'all know. Just fine. Now, I want to read something I found hilarious this morning. Y'all know how some MAGAs, they were so excited when Trump won in November, right? They said that our groceries are going to go down because Joe Biden has bankrupted us. I'm so poor. Now I'm going to have money because Donald Trump is back. Remember that, right? Honey, MAGA are online crying and whining about the price of groceries, and I love every minute of it. Starve them all. Do you hear me? I have no sympathy, no empathy for not now one of them. They voted for it. So I'm going to read a tweet that somebody tried to send to Trump. First of all, my first thing before I read it is, Trump's not on Twitter. He's on Truth Social. So you need to create a Truth Social account. First of all. So obviously you don't want the president to see it. But listen to this, y'all. And I'm going to read it in my southern drawl. Okay, President Trump. Groceries are getting unaffordable and the gas prices are going up. A lot of us everyday people are starting to lose ground. We need your help here, big guy. I'm in your corner, sure, but send a little love our way. Oh yeah, the electricity bill is twice as much as it was. Nobody cares. Pay that shit. His name is Matt. Just pay that shit, Matt. Nobody cares. Trump don't have time. Listen, Trump is having a good time. Don't nobody want to hear all y'all fucking whining. Oh, I'm suffering. Oh, I'm so poor. Nobody wants to hear the cries of poor people. The rich are just going to turn their stereo up. They don't want to hear that. You making it hard for rich people to enjoy their life with all that fucking crying. Shut up. You said for a depression pantry with dry milk or evaporated milk. Yeah, both are good. But ultimately, powdered milk is the best because powdered milk isn't going to spoil on you. But I don't feel no sorrow for Trumpers. Man, if y'all see some of the letters that these people write to Trump, please help us, please. And I'm like, fuck no. 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 No more whining, no more begging for free fucking money. That's it. Now, I want you... Now, yesterday, I read this story. I'm not going to read it right now. But I read this story from a conservative mother. Remember I told y'all about special needs kids and our special needs children are going to have a tough time in school because of these policies and what Republicans are doing? So, the New York Times writes an opinion piece. I don't give a fuck about them writing that because they tow water for Trump. They use opinion pieces to hide behind, okay? But they tow water for Trump too. And this conservative mom who voted for Trump, she's surprised that conservatives would institutionalize her disabled 4-year-old son. So, that's what the fuck you voted for. You're a proud conservative. She's a proud conservative. That's how she describes herself. So why the fuck are you telling us about your concern about what they're going to do to your baby? Fuck you and your baby. I don't care. My heart bleeds peanut butter. You have a black sister who voted Trump. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that. There were a lot of black people in sunken places that voted for Trump. But I call them pick-me's. They're pick-me's. They think if they do what white people, what white supremacy wanted them to do, that they would be safe. Oh, you're not fucking safe. You're not safe. Like those people, I will vote for Donald Trump. Listen, that lady been crying ever since they snatched up her husband. Do you understand? Ever since they snatched up her husband, she been crying. And I've been in this house. I will vote, hey, for Donald Trump. Hey, Listen, she was dancing before, remember? Remember? She was dancing. So I'm dancing too. Yep, it's a whole bop, Nessa. Sure am. It's a whole fucking bop. She was so fucking excited. You know why she was excited? Because she thought she was white because she lives in Miami. Nah. Ron, you're right. Trump is only bad for conservatives because they live off the government with all them food stamps and Medicaid and Medicare. Bye, Ron. Ron had one follower. I triggered Ron so much. He created a troll account and followed himself to come here and say that to get blocked. You're not a Democrat or Republican supporter, but a conservative. No. Since you're not either, and you look African, you're also not an American. Now you gonna stop. There's no future in your fronting. I am Malcolm X. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. It was obvious. Look, for those of you who get that reference too. It was obvious. He's not even American. Shh. Quiet. I know y'all are triggered. I know. That's why I'm going to switch it back to the other picture that triggers you even more. Because you done got yourself all worked up, you're all angry. Y'all all mad. Stop being mad. Man, you remember that? I am Malcolm X, man. Man, stop playing with me. Like, you're not coming in my live with that. Yep, Cubans thought they were safe. So that's why I've been telling y'all for months. I've been telling you for months. I'm not marching nowhere. I'm not protesting shit. Nothing. Just like this lady who voted for Trump. Now she's concerned that her son needs 100% care. Okay? She is concerned that her baby won't get the care that they need, so she wants people to contact their elected. I ain't contacting no fucking body. How am I supposed to care about your son more than you care about your son? That's your child. That's your child. That's your child. So I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's what you voted for. You're having the day that you voted for. And we got another block. Bye, beloved. Bye. I want to remind you guys, if you like this conversation and you want to I'm really filtered on here, contrary to popular belief. But if you want to hear unfiltered conversations, come on over and join us over on Patreon. That's also where you can hear last night's episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast that I put out. Last night's episode is a great episode. And last night, we're talking about, again, this whole thing about the church. Sincerely, because y'all need to understand your country is run and controlled by religion. It's controlled by religion, okay? Controlled by religion. The new episode called The Church of Politics, How Faith and Power Got Married. Y'all need to pay attention. Listen to that episode because I'm explaining to you how a political rally ain't much different than a church revival. Your adoration for your pastor and your politician are the same. You just ain't realized it. And how they use religion to continue to keep you. Okay, I'll give you a great example. Some of you are so obedient with religion, right? Some of you are so obedient with religion, right? You believe you'll sit and watch rich people have all this money in this lifetime. And you'll let those rich people convince you that you'll get your riches in heaven. So all the suffering you're doing right now, All the suffering you're doing right now will be worth it. Because when you meet your maker, he's going to reward you with all these riches. But rich people get in the bag fucking now. Rich people are religious, but they get in the bag now. They not waiting till they die to get the bag. Right? They not waiting till they die to get the bag. They say, nah, I'm not banking on that shit. See? They want the bag right now. They believe in heaven on earth. And you sitting up there waiting. I'm like Miss Sophia. You better bash Mister's head in and think about heaven later. Like what? Like what? You don't have to wait for your salvation, for your riches when you die. That's what the rich tell you, because doesn't the Bible tell you greed is bad? You think you become a billionaire by not being greedy? These people ain't religious. They just use religion as a mechanism to control you. That's all. You said, did you miss anything on the Democrat being in a... No, you didn't miss anything, Bougie Babe. We didn't talk about that yet. But y'all got to understand, while y'all waiting for all y'all stuff, right, they guilt you into being, well, I guess I don't need to be rich now. Because when I die, God is going to give me riches. Yet Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all of them over there, like, run me my money right now. I'm not waiting for the afterlife. I want my cash right. What they over there like J.G. Wentworth. I want my money and I want it now. And y'all up here, well, you know, I'm just going to wait because if I pray one day God's going to give me my riches. This shit doesn't work that way. Right? Call 877 Cash Now. I love those fucking commercials. I love those fucking commercials. But y'all, I think we all get it. Like, we all understand. That doesn't make any sense. Are you comfortable enough to tell your people, I'm going to say this. Do you feel comfortable enough telling your children, like, hey, we're always going to be poor, but it's okay because when we die, we'll have all these riches in heaven? Would you feel comfortable telling your kids that to their faces? Be honest with yourself. Would you really tell your kid that? And if you raised your children well, you know what your children are going to say? Man, that don't even make sense. If you raised your children right, your children will say, that don't even make sense. Why I got to wait till I die for money? And then what the hell I'm going to spend money on in heaven? They got a 7-Eleven in heaven? They got a TikTok shop, a Temu? Y'all can keep waiting. Y'all can keep waiting for your riches when you die. Okay? But rich folks is getting it now. Religious rich people. You can't be a billionaire and not be greedy. That's a sin. That's a sin. That's a fucking sin. But those same rich people will look you in your face and say, oh, because you're marrying a man, you ain't going to go to heaven. Wait a minute. Well, you ain't going either according to the good book if we following that, because you got too much fucking money. I remember when I was a kid, I used to want to have all the money in the world. And it was for a simple, very simple reason. I wanted all the money in the world because I said I was going to take all my money and end poverty. And I was just a child. And I understood the math enough to know that then. You understand? Just as a child, I understood the power in having a shitload of money and then having the ability to give it away. You still at the gym in? Hey, get it in. But they say, get it in. I need to be. I just hadn't been because I've been dealing with this cat bite on my leg. But I hope to be there next week. But that's how I used to think as a kid. I want all the money in the world because I don't like seeing suffering. I never liked to see it as a child. Something about it was weird to me. You know, like, okay, y'all saying God created everything and everything has a purpose. So God wants these people to be poor. He wants me to be poor. He wants me to suffer. He wants me to have less than. Really? Because see, people like Creflo Dollar and TD Jakes, all those people. What's that other guy? The white guy with the big old church. I can't even think of his name right now. All those people, they love to tell you about how much God loves you and this, that, and the other. And Joel Osteen. And when you're suffering, it's because of God's favor and all this other shit. But they not suffering. They got riches upon riches upon riches. I don't even know how people go in a mega church and belong to one. How you belong to a mega church? Follow my logic here. A church that fucking big shouldn't have nobody in the congregation suffering for nothing. You understand where I'm coming from? When you have a multi-million-dollar church, because if you have people in your congregation suffering, then you're a business. You're a business. You're a business at that point. But you're not a community, because church should be about community. Church should be about community. And it's not that. Instead, these churches, they're just grifters, snake oil salesmen. Multi-million-dollar church, and you got homeless people in the community. You got people who need job training. You got people who need free daycare. Because see, if a church is in your community, they should have free or low-cost daycare. I remember back in the day, when my kid went to church daycare, it cost $50 a week. It was cheap, and they would feed the kids. The kids got breakfast, lunch, and snacks. They learned stuff. $50 a week, because it's church. It's not designed to break you. It's supposed to be community. Community. Now, the catch was you had to be a member of the church or somebody, a family member of a member of the church. That was how they did it. But still, no, matter of fact, I don't even think it was that. I think, no, it was. Because if you were a member of the community and not a member of the church, you paid $10 more a week. Which ain't that $60 a week. That's nothing. So when I hear about people like TD Jakes, Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar, private jets, private helicopters, big old McMansion homes, big old mega church, those people are leeches on the community. They're not leaders. And I'm gonna say it, and it's not very popular, but they're not examples of God. They're not. You got small community hole-in-the-wall churches that do more for their communities than Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes, or Joel Osteen do combined. And that's a fact. Yep, and you ask them for help, they turn in a blind eye to you. You know why? Because church is a business. They're not there to help you. They're there to get your money. You don't believe me? Why the hell does a church have an ATM in it? You're going to be back next Sunday, right? What in that can't they get the money another Sunday? Why you need to go to the ATM? Why? Why do you need to go to the ATM? You don't need to. They want you to. Because all they care about is your damn money. That's it. That's it. Because religion is used to control you there too, to keep you obedient and paying money. And this is how they do it. Don't you want to pay this money and put your pastor and first lady in a better house, better car? Let's send pastor and first lady on a great vacation. No, we're not going to do none of that shit. Because I know pastor gets a salary. How come he can't save and pay on a vacation like the rest of us doing in this fucking congregation? Why are we paying to send pastor on vacation? Wake up. He's already getting paid out of the profits. I'm sorry. I mean the donations and the tithes that y'all give. They really profit still, beloved. What do you need your money for a collection for vacation? Say it again, Abe, on top of not paying taxes. Y'all better wake up. Yeah, they got ATMs in some churches. You ain't know. Especially them big churches. They ain't about to let you up out that door not pay that money. Hell, in some churches, you can do contactless pay. Shit, pastor say, I take Apple Pay too. I don't know what y'all talking about. Pastor say, I take Venmo too. Cash App too. Oh, Phil Hillbilly. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Phil Billy. My bad. Block. I just wanted to hear me say his name wrong. Yeah, it's not a church that needs my money either, but I'm telling you it exists. There are churches with ATMs in them. There are churches that take contactless pay. You can scan a QR code and send that money straight to pastor for the building fund, for the building that'll never be built. It's like, wake the fuck up, man. And this is the thing. They'll take your money for stuff. Say, for example, say you're a member of a church, right? And you pass away. Your family can't have no service at that church if they don't get that church no money. You got to pay for that shit. Because it's a business, right? So you got to pay to use the church. If your family member died, even if they were a member of that church, you got to pay for that. Yeah. They not about to let you have your loved one laid up there like a steakum. Donations to the church for that. And notice I said donations. I know, because when my mother passed away, her church, I gave them a donation. It was more than one. Wasn't a whole lot, but it was a couple $100. Where I was like, whoa, my mother was a member of this church for decades. Decades. And even when she died, she still got to give y'all, I'm giving y'all money. Well, they ignore the words of Jesus because y'all got to think about it. It's easy for a church to ignore the words of Jesus. The people in the congregation have. Think about it. The people sitting in the congregation, they're not religious either. They don't read the Bible. They wait for pastor to read a passage and then preach on it in his own words and his own understanding of what it is. They don't read for their own understanding. See, it's back to, again, education and knowledge is dangerous even in the church. Because then you're going to question shit. And they don't want you questioning shit. They want you to be obedient. So if I want you to be obedient, then I determine what you need to pay attention to and what you don't need to pay attention to. Y'all see how that works? Hey, Sky, why do you support all that stuff? God taught you all that stuff, Sky, but he ain't teach you how to mind your business. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Bye, Sky. What they say? Up and away. You've been blocked. Y'all gonna learn, not up in here. Remember, Republicans love fetuses. They hate babies. And they hate babies, and it's evident because they won't release the Epstein files. They don't protect children. They protect fetuses. They don't give a fuck about kids. That's why I told you, Republicans are the original fuck your kids. So I be like, fuck your kids too. Then they get mad. When I say it, it's bad. When Trump says it, That's my president. Oh, it's a lot of money involved, Truth. A lot of this, all of this really goes back to money. Rich people want more money. They don't want to pay taxes, but somebody has to pay. Well, that somebody's going to be you, and it's going to be me, and it's going to be our children and our children's children. The question is, how much are you willing to give to rich people before you say that's enough? I can already tell that MAGA's already starting to bubble, right? And have problems. And I'm going to tell you why, right? Oh, we got another one. Y'all couldn't see it, but I got another one. Because the block game is fast here. We don't play that shit here. MAGA is online talking about they're having a hard time affording food. And I know that's true. Because the price of groceries are fucking ridiculous. And if you're on a fixed income and you're an elderly person, oh, it's really tearing your ass up. It's tearing your ass up. But guess what? You voted for it, beloved. And I hope that you have the day you voted for. I told y'all, what y'all gonna see in the next coming months, y'all seen all these people you lose all this weight with Ozempic, right? I'm telling you, the next weight loss fad, the thing that's gonna cause so many people to lose weight, right? It's gonna take Ozempic out of business. It's gonna be inflation. Inflation is gonna have your waist snatched so tight, way tighter than any Ozempic ever could. You understand? Don't nothing hit like poverty for your waistline. Yup. When you start talking about poverty, honey, your waistline is going to be snatched to the gods. Understand? Y'all, you're going to look fabulous. You're going to look a little gaunt. Look a little gaunt, you know, but the waistline will be snatched. You won't be able to buy any new clothes, you know, to make up for the fact that you lost all the weight. Because you're going to be broke and skinny. Yeah, it's going to be the starving games. But this is what people voted for. This is what they voted for. This is what they voted for. Yep, there's nobody left to pick the fields, help the farmers. And the farmers are crying, and I love every minute of it. That's how we got that hurricane that's coming. That hurricane is powered by all the tears of the farmers of America. They're sitting around, I don't know what happened. Donald Trump said he was going to make America great again, but I'm about to lose my goddamn farm. They don't know how it happened. I know how it happened. That's why I told y'all, I want the Chinese to come in and buy up every struggling small family fucking farm and force them to either learn to speak Cantonese or Mandarin. Shishimi. I can't wait. Ni hao. Since, to say it again, Michael, isms are expensive. They say Florida growers warn Trump is killing farming. We do not want to be dependent on foreign countries for our food. That could be a very devastating reality. Well, first of all, you're not even going to be able to depend on foreign nations because they're not going to send you any of their food. I know if it was my petty ass, I wouldn't let us buy shit. I would say, I thought you said we ain't know what the fuck we was doing. You not buying our shit. You're not buying our food. Figure it out on your own, beloved. That's what I love. Farmers voted for Trump and they're surprised that China canceled soybean orders. Let me tell you something that's not going to happen. The Chinese are not going to let you be racist and then spend money with you too. No. You want to be racist? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Say it again, Bob. Everyone was plump under Biden. That's because they had food. Now they look all gaunt under Trump. Eyes all black underneath for lack of nutrition. Skin all ashy and lacking moisture. You know what I mean? It's what they say, this is culturally inappropriate. Yeah. And I am so glad it's happening too, Razor. I tell you. Now, hi, Toddy. Can I have some more? I'm glad Snap is cut. I am glad Snap is cut, Living. To be honest, I'm glad. Because it's nothing like seeing poor ass conservatives struggle to try to see how they're going to get their next meal. Oh, the shit is glorious. The shit is glorious. The shit is glorious. I love every minute of it. I'm just going to sit there and just be like, oh, this shit is going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Oh, something else that's beautiful, and I have the laugh track ready for it. Are y'all ready? Okay, let's go. It was found that Florida is now the second most financially distressed state in the United States. Yay! The only thing that tops Florida being financially distressed is Texas. Hey, I love these Trump policies. Don't y'all? I do. I do. This is what they voted for. This is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing. Yes. So unfortunately, right, for Florida, they're not doing very well because of the prices of things going up. Y'all got to remember, it's a lot of elderly people down there. And they're on fixed fucking incomes, see. They're on fixed incomes. So with the price of groceries sky high, gas keep going up, everything keep going up, they're the last people that can get a job. Think about it. Oh, their ass is hurting. Oh, they hurting. Now, Sheila, that's my ramen. You know I like the beef flavor. I don't eat the damn chicken flavor. They're going to be just like that. Oh, you moved from Florida because of it. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad down there. They say now Floridians are turning to credit to pay for essentials. They said 25% of Floridians are using buy now, paid later to buy groceries. They're taking out buy now, pay later loans to buy fucking groceries. Look at God. Oh my goodness. Look at God. Ciao. Just so y'all know, it's bad. It's going to get bad. Florida is going to be bad. Say it again. Why isn't that special? Look, we showing our age, Dagisha. Those of us who know, know. Isn't that special? Man, I used to love Church Lady. I used to love me some Church Lady. What? What they say? No, I'm going to say it like this. God help us, Jesus. God and baby Jesus. Oh, I love that shit. God help us, Jesus. God and baby Jesus. Oh, Church Lady was so good. Church Lady was so good. National credit debt jumped 82% under by. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. You lying. You lying. Damien's lying. Damien mad. Bye, Damien. Can you hear me now? I don't think he can. I think Daniel's gone. I don't think he can hear me now. I don't think he can. Let's try again. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? No. Daniel's gone. Daniel's gone. Your ex-husband is a big Trump supporter. The only thing saving his ass is that he's rich. That won't be saving him long either, Grandma. I'm keeping it a buck. That ain't gonna save him either. Because if you're not in the 0.1%, meaning the Bezos, you ain't rich enough. Them people getting got too. Hey, Miss Sacido. I like your name. Now, I want to tell y'all, as far as Florida, right? They said Florida is now one of the most financially stressed states in the country, second only to another southern state, according to a new report. It says when you combine data about people delaying payments with other metrics like bankruptcy filings and credit score changes, it paints a good picture of the overall economic trends of a state. So the top five financially distressed states are Florida, it starts at Texas. Look, y'all hear I'm hungry, y'all. Texas, Florida, Louisiana, Nevada, and South Carolina. The states that are the best off, the top five states that are best off financially: Hawaii, Vermont, Alaska, Oregon, and New Mexico. So Floridians are borrowing money. They're doing buy now, pay later just to buy groceries. Y'all tired of winning yet? Oh, I love this. Thank you so much, Misasido. 0.1% will panic, but the problem is by the time they figure it out, the money's going to be too far gone and it's too late. That's the thing about the 0.1%. By the time they figure out that they're bankrupting all the rest of us, it's too late. That was my stomach, Miss Thompson. I'm about to go in here and fix me some breakfast, girl. I didn't get my ass out of bed early enough this morning to make myself some breakfast before I got on here. I usually make breakfast before I get on here because my co-host, which is my stomach, is very belligerent and loud. I told y'all, I participate in big back behavior consistently. I like to eat, you know what I'm saying? And so my stomach is like, no problem, truther. Thank you for stopping through. Don't forget to stop through again. Follow me on the Patreon. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, I love food. What am I making for breakfast? Okay, listen, I got a nail appointment at 11, right? So, look, I'm whispering because I don't want my family to hear me. So I got whisper, right? So I got a nail appointment at 11 o'clock, right? So I'm going to just go in here and make me a wish sandwich, right? I'm going to take a piece of bread and put some mayo on it and just eat that to tie me over. Look, I'm trying to make sure can't nobody hear me. Because after my nail appointment, it's a nice buffet right next door to the nail shop. Mama going to have a buffet. But then I'm going to come back home and act like I ain't eat nothing. And don't y'all judge me, because y'all do it too. Y'all heard it again. Oh, my stomach said it again. We're going to the buffet. Yes, we are. I do that shit all the time. I'll stop somewhere and get something to eat and make sure I throw the trash out before I get home. Because you know what the people in the house will say to you. You ain't get me none? No. That's why I throw all my trash away before I come home so I don't have to have those discussions. You know how your children and your husband, they think they're supposed to be a part of everything. No, you're not. I would take video and put it up on TikTok, but I have to pretend that like it never happened. It never happened. Look. Yeah, y'all never, look, I never said anything. Y'all never saw nothing. I got to make sure when I put this up on YouTube, I cut this part out. Thank you, Justice. I thank you all for joining me this morning because I got to start wrapping up to get my tail out of here to be to my appointment on time. Look, we got 72,000 likes this morning. I appreciate it so much. Listen, if you enjoy these conversations, if you want to get the unfiltered conversations and the unfiltered talk that we have, Come on over to Patreon where we hang out at, y'all. The link is in my bio, okay? Come on over. We talk about a whole lot of stuff, but there are a lot of things we can't talk about here because TikTok don't like that, especially because the government is getting on TikTok. So TikTok is not allowing you to talk about a lot of things you used to be able to talk about. Don't worry about it, Sade, because this live goes up on YouTube, and you can watch it there. The lives from yesterday are already on YouTube. I'll make sure to put this one up on YouTube this morning as well. I will be back on live this afternoon, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to check out the new episode of Straight No Chaser podcast. It came out yesterday, where I talk about, what did I say? The title of that is The Church of Politics, how faith and power got married. So y'all can understand what's going on with that. You know what's funny? Y'all say gotta block the White House. The White House has not showed up on my Twitter feed. I made sure not to visit it because I ain't want to see the shit. So I stay away from things on TikTok I don't want in my feed because I don't want TikTok to think I want to see more of it. Oh, you watched it last night when you got home from work. Thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate that. So this live will be up on YouTube this morning after the live. So the link is in my bio again to get access to all of that stuff. You can check it out over there. I thank you all so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate you. You know that I do. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate your engagement. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. We got 120 shares. I appreciate that. And I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I'm sending a shout out to everybody, right, that sent a gift. You don't have to do that. That's not required, but I appreciate that you do, no matter how big or how small. Hey, pennies turn into dollars, so I don't judge. Thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate that. But I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I do this every live as a special extra thank you. Number 1, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you, handsome. Number 2, beautiful Kiana Black. Number 3, beautiful Lori. Number 4, beautiful or handsome. Oh no, this is beautiful my mom. That's what I'm going to assume based on the name. Thank you, beautiful. Number 5, beautiful Kim. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Sabrina Duchess. Thank you all so much. Any news? The only other news that I've heard, I know Nicole filed a lawsuit to sue the state of Texas for them holding her. I haven't heard any news other than that. I'll check and I'll make sure I have some extra news on that when I come back at 5 o'clock, okay? I'll make sure of that, women. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. I'll see you this afternoon, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to tell you how I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys. I'll see you live at 5. Have a great day.